Session to the afternoon session. The National Assembly today resumed debate on the contentious political parties amendment bill in a stormy session pitting President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's troops against Deputy President William Ruto's allies on the legislation seen as critical to the upcoming general election. And as our senior political affairs reporter Murimi Mwangi now tells us, the Uhuru Raila camp managed to outsmart Ruto's allies as the House approved majority amendment critical to the handshake team, while overwhelmingly shooting down proposals fronted by the Ruto camp. Take a look.
Reconvening for the third time during the Christmas recess for the now all too contentious political parties amendment bill 2021.
Madam Speaker, you are very biased.
Members of the National Assembly trooped to the chambers, split between President Uhuru Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's camp on one side, against Deputy President William Ruto's troops, who from the onset have been opposed to the bill.
Which was deleting.
And first on the chaotic dock was Ruto right-hand man and Garissa Township Member of Parliament Eden Duale, seeking to amend the bill by deleting a clause that set the deadline for coalition formation at 6 months before the general election. The amendment was subjected to a vote.
Will as many as of that opinion say aye? And as many as of a contrary opinion say nay.
An acclamation vote that instantly stirred a standoff in the chambers, prompting the House to proceed to division to allow individual members to electronically take a vote.
I announce the results that the yes have 1 over votes, which is giving us 44.83%, and the nays have 128, giving us 55.17%. So total, the nays have it.
An early win for the Kenyatta Odinga team that paved way for House Majority Leader Amos Kimunya.
I beg to move that clause 8B.
To, amid the chaos in the House, move another amendment to adjust the deadline for coalition formation from the 6 months suggested by the bill to just 120 days, roughly translating to 4 months before the election.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that clause 8B of the bill be amended in the proposed proviso by deleting the words 6 months and substituting thereof the words 120 days.
As many as our vice say aye, and as many as of a contrary opinion say nay. This is very clear to me that the ayes have it.
The passage of the Kimunya amendment, starting instant threats of the Ruto camp's move to court to overturn the law if enacted.
We had members who were unable to vote because their cards had problems that they required to be sorted out before we proceed forward.
Reasons will prevail, and we still have the requisite numbers to make sure that this amendments bill goes through as required.
So it is better you first go to the elections and gauge our parties, the strength of the parties, especially in Parliament.
4 months is a reasonable time for political parties to put their house in order.
The House also rejected an amendment by Nambale legislator Sakwa Bunyasi that sought to restrict coalition political parties to only field candidates for presidential election. And as a bill that affects counties, since it has implications on the election of MCAs, senators and governors, the legislation still has to proceed to the Senate for concurrence. And with no end in sight to disputes on this bill, the contentious legislation certainly is headed for further face-off as key political players weigh their options in the face of the new amendments. Murimi Mwangi, KTN News, in Parliament.
Now, today's proceedings in the National